Okay, let's talk about budgeting. But I want you to forget everything you think you know about it. Seriously, forget the spreadsheets, the apps, the guilt trips. Today, we're going to explore a completely new blueprint for your life, one where your financial security is actually a side effect of living well, not the other way around.
This right here. This is the heart of it all. See, we've been told that real financial health is about chasing every last dollar, pinching every penny. But what if that's backward? What if it's about a much deeper, more profound change that has to happen first? So let's get real for a second. Think about your own budget right now. How does it feel? Does it empower you like a tool that's helping you build something amazing? Or does it feel more like a cage, promising control, but really just trapping you with a constant feeling of no, of restriction? It's a really important question to ask yourself.
And that leads us to this first big idea, the illusion of control. The whole promise of traditional budgeting is that if you just track everything perfectly, you'll finally feel secure. But so often, the exact opposite happens. That constant focus on what you can't have or can't do, it just leaves you feeling kind of empty.
Think about it like this. It's such a great way to put it. When your entire financial life is about cutting back, about subtraction, you're living in a scarcity mindset. And that is a recipe for disaster. It's an emotional starvation diet. Sure, you might make it for a little while, but it's completely unsustainable. You're starving the joy right out of your life.
And trust me, the costs go way beyond just feeling bad. The real price of extreme penny pinching almost never shows up on a spreadsheet. We're talking about the missed trips with friends, the arguments with your partner over tiny purchases, that constant low hum of anxiety in the background. That stuff erodes your mental capital, which, let's be honest, is your most valuable asset. All this pressure, it pushes us right into this super predictable, vicious cycle that so many of us get trapped in. We call it the budget burnout spiral, and it's the real reason why so many of our best financial intentions just fall apart. You've probably been here. It starts with step 1, extreme restriction. That's it, no more coffee out, ever. Then, of course, comes step 2, the inevitable splurge. You just can't take it anymore, which immediately triggers step 3, the panic and the guilt. And what does that lead to? Step 4, even harsher restrictions. The cycle just repeats, and honestly, it gets worse every single time. But here's the absolute game changer, the insight you need to hear. This spiral is not happening because you're bad at math. It's happening because your spirit is literally rebelling. When your budget has nothing to do with what you deeply value, like connection or growth or just plain peace of mind, you will subconsciously sabotage it every single time.
Okay, so that's the problem. It's a big one. So let's pivot. Let's talk about the solution. To actually break this cycle, we have to get way beyond the spreadsheet. We need to build a new approach based on a totally different set of pillars.
And this slide just lays it out so clearly. It's a total 180. We're moving from that scarcity mindset to a purpose mindset. We stop thinking about subtraction and start thinking about investment. And instead of just chasing dollars, we start focusing on liberating our time. We stop just reacting to our bank account and start acting on a real vision for our lives. And that vision, it all starts with answering this question. I mean, really answering it. Before you figure out where your dollars go, you have to figure out where your life is going. What do you truly value? Is it freedom, connection, learning? Those things, your values, they need to become your new non-negotiable budget categories. Which brings us to the forgotten currency. You know, we obsess over money, which, by the way, is renewable. You can always make more. But we are shockingly careless with our time, and you never, ever get that back. So a truly powerful financial plan has to be, at its core, a plan for freeing up your time. So, let's take a common trade-off. Maybe it's paying for a delivery service instead of running to the store, or buying a tool that makes a chore go faster. Your old brain, the one stuck in scarcity mode, might scream, "That's a waste of $5!" But under this new blueprint, it is an absolutely excellent investment. You're not spending $5. You are buying back an hour of your life, your only non-renewable asset for a tiny, tiny price. That's a trade you should be making all day, every day. Okay, now let's tackle the big one, the biggest thief of our time and our energy, debt. And the goal here isn't just to get your balance to zero, it's so much bigger than that. It's about achieving true emotional freedom. Because debt is way more than just a number on your statement, right? It's like a shadow that follows you around. It steals your money, sure, but it also drains your mental energy. It distracts you from what really matters, and it completely robs you of your peace of mind. So if you start thinking of paying it down as a project to liberate your future self, that's a much more powerful motivator than just staring at an interest rate.
And to make that long journey of paying off debt actually sustainable, you can use this brilliant little tool, the Peace Fund. It's simple. It's a small, non-negotiable chunk of money you set aside for totally guilt-free spending. It's like the water station in a marathon. It's what keeps you sane so you don't burn out before you hit that finish line.
So you're getting a handle on your time, you're getting free from debt. Where do you focus next? On the single greatest investment you could ever possibly make, yourself. This is all about building what they call your human capital.
Because your true assets aren't in your bank account. They're your skills, your health, your relationships, your knowledge. Spending your time and money to grow these things, that has an infinite return on investment. And check out that last point, an opportunity fund. This isn't just an emergency fund for when things go wrong. It's a fund for when things go right. A chance to take a course, go to a conference. It shifts your whole mindset from defense to offense.
And when you start putting all these pieces together, when your life is guided by your values, when you're focused on your time, when you're breaking free from debt and you're investing in yourself, you create a completely new blueprint for your life. You literally move from a state of scarcity to one of genuine abundance.
And here it is. This is the ultimate payoff. When you are living an intentional, purposeful life, your finances just naturally start to fall into place. The budget stops being this tool of restriction you have to fight with. It just becomes a quiet reflection of the great choices you're already making. It's a side effect of a life well lived.
So that's the question we'll leave you with, because it really sums up this entire shift. Are you going to keep chasing the last dollar, or are you going to start chasing the best version of your life? If you do that, the money will follow.